This podcast is brought to you by IPRMSA Melaka Chapter UiTM Alor Gajah. Hi everyone and welcome to the podcast session. Every gender should have equal access to education and growth opportunities. Let's destroy gender norms and go against expectation. I am Nurit Manina from MC2424B. Today, we are going to discuss gender discrimination and inequality in the workplace. Did you know that through a survey by the Women's Aid Organization, WAO, in 2020, almost 56% of Malaysian women have experienced at least one type of gender discrimination in the labour market. To get in more details, we will also be discussing this topic with our guest, Hanisha. Say hi, Hanisha.
Hi everyone!
Later on, she will talk about her personal experience in the workplace. To understand better about this topic, let me explain first, what is gender discrimination? The term is defined by the UNICEF as any gender-based distinction, segregation, or barrier that stop women from being recognized, enjoying, and engaging in activities. It happens regardless of their marital status, on the basis of equality of men and women, of human rights and fundamental freedoms in the political, economic, social, cultural, civil, or any other field. It simply can be described as an action or treatment upon someone that varied because of the person's gender. Well, how did the discrimination happen? Well, discrimination could take place in various forms and it could directly be executed or indirectly happen towards the community. For the direct form example, it could take place in policies and decisions that concern benefits, reward, or employment status, such as job assignment, promotion opportunities, or salary decision. This is the result of sexism, which builds a set of gender roles upon both genders that feminist women and masculinist men. Women frequently viewed with the belief of these individuals are weak, emotionally influenced, while male is strong and more rational. Because of this perception, women have endured a gap in career progression. They are also unlikely to be hired in the managerial position. Female workers who are mothers are also likely to face a pay gap or decline in career progression. This happens because some of the parents or employees have to spend their time taking care of their child or their elderly family member. As the female workers are also likely to get married and pregnant, some of them also lose the opportunity to have career growth, and some of them are also being demoted. Now, what is an example of indirect form of discrimination in the workplace? Unfortunately, it involves segregation and harassment upon women. They will be underestimated by the fellow co-workers as incompetence and lack of skills, which result with the community being left out of the social network within the organization. The harassment happens in three forms, which are physically, psychologically, sexual violence or harassment. This community is being harassed with the practice of inappropriate joke, verbal harassment, and lack of respect, which is the most common type of harassment. So, Hanisha, before this you have told me that you have been discriminated at your workplace. Can you elaborate more on the bad incident that had happened to you?
Okay, sure. Why not? Before we get into more details, I would like to clarify something. Before this, I've been working in the food and beverage industry for 6 months before continuing my studies. So back in the day, I was working in the kitchen of the popular franchise restaurants in Shah Alam. There are several incidents that happened that made me feel like, this is not the right treatment that should be done to an employee. I am totally done here, I can say. I started when the kitchen leader was handing tasks to everyone. They said that I should only be washing dishes, as it is a task that only women should do. They also giving me cleaning chores on top of other assignments that given by my manager. And I believe these chores should be distributed equally and not given based on gender. They also always ask me why I want to continue my studies, because I would get married, give birth, and take care of the house. In their opinion, it will be wasteful as after being married, I should dedicate my life only for my husband and family. And for me, I think those incidents led me to think that this workplace was too toxic, and I decided to quit as the new semester was approaching too. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you have to face such an incident. Based on your stories, I believe it really affects you, right?
Yeah, sometimes I do question my worth as woman, as I think no woman should undergo any kind of unfairness or injustice when they are working. They are just working to get some money. Nobody should be discriminated against or treated that way.
Yes, Hanisha, I do support your statement. I hear that you say that one of the employees said it would be wasteful for women to continue their studies, as in the end, they will dedicate themselves to being a wife and taking care of their house and families. And also, a comment said cleaning job is for women. Is it right? I believe this happened because of the social stigma of society, in which women have to be the one who takes care of home and family, and women also should be the one who do all the cleaning. The commitment makes women have to sacrifice their career, as they face difficulties in balancing family, work, and life. Based on the New Straits Times, the lack of resources and the systemic discrimination they confront in the employment market make it more difficult for them to join in the labor force and obtain the required support. This becomes one of the factors of career progression declining. This form of discrimination also takes toll on the female workers' mental health. The study demonstrates the impact of stereotype behavior towards women in corporate decision-making, which suppress women's personality in the workplace. This has also led to people have lower self-esteem in doing their tasks and afraid to fail.
Yes, exactly, that's true, Mania. When the discrimination happened to me, I felt horrible and I was down for a few days, because it is true that a lot of funds are needed to continue my studies. But I started to doubt myself, as I am also the firstborn of the family, which is supposed to be the supporters of my family, as both of my parents are getting old day by day. But after a few days receiving consolation and advice from my family, now I am more excited and eager to continue my studies, so I could get my degrees and have, inshallah, a bigger and career opportunities in the future.
Good for you, Hanisha. Please do not listen to those people who underestimate you. I believe not only each individual have to take part in suppressing gender discrimination, but also the government and organization. In order to curb these issues, what could be done by the government and also the organization? First and foremost, the organization should have provided everyone the same chance and care, regardless of their background. Organizational transparent communication practice give employees a sense of power by giving them complete, honest, and useful information about the organization decisions that affect them. They also give employees a place to talk with the leadership. Such practices are naturally communicative, allowing organizational members to take part in decision making, get access to relevant information, and take part in the organizational activities. Next, the government can provide resources and services to reduce unpaid care work, such as child care and also elderly care. The hybrid work from home paradigm, for example, which was tested during the COVID-19 pandemic, should be continued during the endemic time as well. Employers take into account that the fact some of young parents cannot afford daycare and that single parents may not have the time to send their children to child care centers by giving flexible hours. As a result, young moms and fathers, as well as single parents, will be able to return to work without concern for childcare. Contrary to popular belief, the flexible hours approach can boost job productivity. As the female workers also experience harassment in the workplace, the government should have enforced tighter legal action against those offenders. Based on a survey made by WAO in 2020, almost 62% of female workers experience sexual harassment, and almost half of the victims have taken no action against the offenders as they are embarrassed of such incident. Some of them also think that there will be no consequences against the offenders even if they lodge the report. However, the government have updated the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act in 2022, which will come to the effect in phase. Although the act did not specifically for the workplace setting, but the organization is reinforced to pursue the policies and procedures in handling such incidents in the workplace. Other than that, such initiative and encouragement should be provided to those female workers who are just giving birth to rejoin the labor force. Based on an online news article, the recent Employment Act amendment, which was passed by the Dewan Rakyat, is a good thing because it finally brings postnatal care in line with best practice in other countries. The 7-day paternity leave is also a big step toward making it normal for men to take on more family caring tasks. The employers also are not allowed to fire women who are pregnant. This could be a starting line for the society in Malaysia to create a healthier and equal environment in the workplace for all gender. Before we end this session, would you like to add anything, Hanisha?
I would like to add my own words to those employers out there. I believe the easiest thing to do is to always have common sense. You know, those incidents that I have experienced before could easily be prevented if you could think what you should say and what you should have not said. You might not know how great your words could impact the person who heard it. Especially in the workplace, the leader should be the one who is able to act fair and equal to everyone. You should not have shown biases regardless of different gender than yours. Other than that, you should not question someone else's decision if it's good for them, even though you have a different point of view. Like Imanina has said before, everyone deserves equal education and growth opportunities. Always show kindness to everyone despite the background differences. Yeah.
Yep, that's true, Hanisha. Hopefully, through the podcast, the audience could have some insights and add something to themselves. Well, we have reached the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope everyone have a good day ahead and bye-bye.